Hi guys, I am back with another one. Today, we're going to continue with the Chinese zodiac signs. Today, we're going to do the snake, which is called, I don't know if it's Psi or Psi. Um, so, the snake is the master of yin fire. In its high vibration state, the snake is the mystic, the deep researcher, and the wise philosopher of the zodiac. But when that fire is fueled by insecurity and ego, it becomes a cold, calculating, predatory energy. The shadow snake doesn't want to skip the line, doesn't just want to skip the line like the ox or control the leash like the monkey. They want to hollow you out so they can stand in your place as the superior intellect. The snake archetype, years 1953, 1965, 1977, 1989, 2001, 2013. The core of the snake's shadow is intellectual narcissism. Because they are naturally observant and quiet, they use that stillness to find the exact fissure in your confidence where they can insert a doubt. The negative qualities, the shadow side. My description perfectly captures the venomous snake, the one who uses psychological warfare as a primary tool for financial and social climbing. Intellectual demoralization. They don't just disagree with you, they attempt to make you feel small or uneducated. They use complex jargon or obscure secrets to make your truth seem elementary or flawed. The gaslight specialist. If you catch them in a lie or a theft, they will flip the narrative so convincingly that you begin to question your own memory. They rely on your politeness or self doubt to escape accountability. The persona of superiority. They degrade others, especially those they perceive as threats, to create a pedestal for themselves. If they can make you look unstable or uninformed, they automatically look like the grounded authority. The financial get rich quick loop. I haven't. Okay. So on the other videos, I made it clear that these energies are energies that I actually have already experienced. So um, this research is based off of one, my own experience, my own uh, pers- perspective of this energy, and also what I've researched. So it's a combination of both. So I'm not just giving my personal opinion. I'm actually giving um, actual researched evidence as well. Okay. So the financial get rich quick loop. While they are clever, they are often blinded by their own greed. Their desire to outsmart the system leads them into high stakes schemes where they often end up bamboozled by a bigger predator. They then recoup their losses by stealing from those who trust them. The vault of secrets. They collect dirt on others like currency. They believe that knowing your secrets gives them ownership over you. Comparison of the snake archetype. Intellect. The healthy snake, deeply wise and intuitive. The shadow snake uses knowledge to humiliate others. In communication, the healthy snake is thoughtful and precise. The shadow snake gaslights and lies to maintain control. The healthy snake in finances is strategic and prudent. The shadow snake is obsessed with gain, often bamboozled. With integrity, the healthy snake keeps confidences out of respect. The shadow snake uses secrets as leverage or blackmail. The shadow snake is a master of the rebrand. When they have exhausted a group of people, cheated enough partners, or their lies finally catch up with them, they shed their skin. They disappear and reappear in a new circle with a completely new intellectual persona, often claiming they were the victim of the people they actually harmed. The elemental snakes, we're going to focus on 1965, 1977, and 1989. Since we're focusing on research that helps others identify these dynamics, let's look at these three specific years. 1965 wood snake, the academic shadow. They use structures, institutions, or official titles to look superior. They are the most likely to steal a methodology or a book idea and claim it as their life's work. 1977 fire snake, the charismatic shadow. This is the double fire year, fire snake in a fire year. They are incredibly intense, prone to intellectual rage, and will publicly degrade you to ensure their light is the only one seen. 1989, the earth snake, the material shadow. They are the most focused on the financial gain you mentioned. They are clinical in code, viewing people as ledger entries. They will lie and cheat specifically for tangible assets. Protecting your truth. To defend against the snake, you must refuse to debate your own reality. The snake wins when they get you to prove your worth or your knowledge. The mantra, my truth is not a negotiation. When you stop trying to convince the snake that you are smart, they lose their ability to demoralize you. To understand how the shadow snake steals, we have to look past the simple theft. They are energetic and intellectual poachers. Because they crave the smartest in the room title, they don't just take your things, they take your credibility, your peace, and your future potential. 1965, the wood snake, the institutional thief. Wood represents structure, growth, and reputation. This snake steals legitimacy. They take your frameworks, your unique methods, or your organizational ideas. They won't just use them, they will package them and present them to an authority figure or an institution as their own invention. The demoralization tactic. If you confront them, they will claim you are unprofessional or confused about the origins of the idea. They use their perceived status to make your claim look like petty jealousy. The financial trap. They often steer you into partnerships where you do the work and they own the brand or the copyright. They steal the fruits of your growth before you can harvest them. 1977, the fire snake, the charismatic thief. Fire is about visibility, passion, and the soul. This snake steals light and narrative. They steal your story and your voice. If you share a deep personal realization or a spiritual truth, they will repeat it the next day with such passion and charisma that the audience believe it originated with them. They effectively identity theft your spiritual or intellectual aura. The gaslight tactic. They will tell you that you actually learned it from them. They repeat the lie so intensely that you begin to doubt your own timeline of discovery. They are the bamboozled ones. They chase high risk, flashy investments and get rich quick schemes. When they fail, they steal by guilt tripping you into investing in their next sure thing, which is just a way to cover their previous losses. 1989, the earth snake, the clinical thief. Earth is about resources, stability, and the tangible. The snake steals security and assets. This is the most cold-blooded version. They steal through fine print, borrowing without returning, and taking advantage of your physical resources, your home, your car, your office space, your tools. They view your stability as a surplus they are entitled to tap into. The degradation tactic. They downplay your intelligence to make you feel like you aren't good. You aren't good with money or don't understand the market. By making you feel financially illiterate, they position themselves as the manager of your resources, which they then slowly siphon off. They are master manipulators of the long con. They lie about their own financial standing to gain access to yours. They focus on the gain above all else, often bamboozling themselves by trusting a bigger earth predator who promises them a guaranteed return. Comparison of the theft style. The 1965 wood snake, they steal your methodology. Their weapon is titles and professionalism. Their weaknesses is the fear of losing their face. The 1977 fire snake, they steal your voice, your story. Their weapon is intensity and gaslighting. Their weakness is their own unstableness. The 1985 earth, your asset, they steal your asset and your assets and your safety. Their weapon is cold logic and guilt. And their weakness is greed that blinds them. The wood snake, the fire snake, excuse me, their weakness is their own unstable ego. I said unstableness is the same thing. Okay. The bamboozle loop. The irony I noted previously that they are often bamboozled themselves is their karmic cycle. Because the shadow snake refuses to do the honest, slow research that you value, they are always looking for an intellectual shortcut. They steal from you because they are too arrogant to be a student of life. This same arrogance makes them targets for master level scammers who promise them the one thing they crave: effortless superiority. Protecting your knowledge. To stop a snake from stealing, you must document your receipts privately. Don't share the seed of an idea with them. Only show them the finished product when it is ready publicly, when it's already publicly tied to your name. When they try to demoralize you, remember, they only attack the truth they are afraid they can't replicate. The shedding phase is the most dangerous part of the shadow snake cycle. Because they operate on a foundation of secrets and intellectual superiority, they don't just leave. They evacuate a situation before their lies, thefts, or bamboozled investments collapse. When a 1965, 1977, and 1989 snake prepares to shed, they begin a process of devaluation and detachment. They want to ensure that when they disappeared, you are the one left looking unstable or uninformed to anyone watching. Specific red flags that skin is about to drop. The intellectual ghosting, detachment. Before they leave, they stop studying you because they've already taken what they need. The red flag, they suddenly stop asking your opinion or engaging in deep truth conversations. They become cold, clinical, and dismissal of the very knowledge they once praised or mimicked. The snakes move. They are mentally moving into their new skin, a new circle of people who don't know their history. They are withdrawing their energy so they don't feel guilty when they finally cut the cord. Escalated demoralization, the smear prep. To leave you with the bill, spiritually, socially, or financially, they must first make you look like a bad investment. The red flag, a sharp increase in gaslighting and public degradation. They will begin dropping seeds of doubt to mutual friends or colleagues, saying things like, I'm really worried about so and so's mental state, or they've been very confused about their facts lately. The snakes move. This creates a buffer of lies. If you try to hold them accountable for the money or ideas they stole After they leave, no one will believe you because the snake already painted you as the problem. I don't mean to laugh, but I'm laughing. Been here. The financial fog, the paper trail disappears. Since shadow snakes are often bamboozled by their own greed, the exit usually happens when a debt is due or a lie is about to be exposed. The red flag, sudden secrecy regarding shared assets or projects. They become too busy to go over the books, or they claim that documents have been lost or misplaced. The snakes move. They are scrubbing their tracks. If they are from the 1989 Earth group, they may be moving assets into accounts you can't see. If they are 1977 Fire, they are likely spending their way out of a crisis, using your credit or reputation to secure their next landing spot. Excuse me, the victim pivot. The snake will never admit they are leaving because they cheated or stole. They will frame their exit as an act of self-preservation. The red flag, they start claiming that you are the one holding them back. They might say your energy is too heavy or that your knowledge is outdated. The snakes move by framing themselves as the victim of your inferiority. They justify leaving you with the bill, whether that's a literal debt or a ruined project or a broken reputation. The red flag element by elemental year, 1965 wood. The shedding behavior is sudden professional distancing. They act like they never knew you. The bill they leave behind, the work. You're left finishing the project they took credit for. 1977 fire, the shedding behavior, and explosive final argument where they blame you for everything. The bill they leave behind, the reputation. They leave you burned in the eyes of your peers. 1989 earth, the shedding behavior, a quiet, ghosting disappearance once the money is gone. The bill they leave behind, the debt. You are left responsible for the financial or material losses. How to protect your exit. If you see these red flags, do not wait for them to shed. The snake relies on the surprise of their disappearance. Secure the assets. Immediately change passwords, revoke access to accounts, and move your intellectual property into locked folders. Go public first, subtly. Don't start a fight, but begin documenting your truth and your work in places the snake can't reach. If you have receipts of your research, make sure others see them now. Refuse the victim narrative. When they start the demoralization, do not engage. Simply state, I see that you're trying to change the narrative. I am sticking to the facts. That's simple, right? When you refuse to play the victim in their story, they can't shed their skin cleanly. They are forced to take their old skin, their lies and debts with them to the next group. I hope this helps.